Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Gary Neville thought Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus was man of the match before changing his mind to Eriksen. Arsenal lost their unbeaten run to Manchester United yesterday in an entertaining encounter at Old Trafford. The Gunners played their part in a fine display of Premier League football, which United eventually ran out 3-1 winners in. However, there was a lot to like about the Gunners' performance, namely the performance of Gabriel Jesus, who was once again brilliant for Arsenal in leading the line. And speaking on Sky Sports at the time during commentary, Gary Neville said he would have given Jesus the Man of the Match award had the game ended with 25 minutes to go. For about 65 minutes, that man there, Gabriel Jesus, has been the best player on the pitch. He's been outstanding, but I just think since then, Eriksen has been the one. So yeah, I just give it to him, Neville commented. Jesus failed to really create any clear chances for himself, but he was a constant thorn in United's side. The forward was key to every good bit of football from the Gunners, and on another day will enjoy success in front of goal. The signing of Gabriel Jesus has completely transformed Arsenal already. The signing of Gabriel Jesus has completely transformed Arsenal already, and he will be absolutely key for them in finishing in the top 4 or winning a trophy. The Brazilian striker looks right at home as the main man up top, and over the course of the season, the goals should flow for the former City man. He was superb yesterday, and while Neville did give the Man of the Match award to Christian Eriksen, his comments on Jesus shouldn't go unnoticed. Martin Odegaard left amazed by what Gunners fans did after their loss to Manchester United. Arsenal playmaker Martin Odegaard has told the club's official website that he was left amazed by what Gunners fans did after their loss to Manchester United yesterday. Mikel Arteta's men fell to their first defeat of the season at Old Trafford. The young Arsenal side dominated large period of the game, but eventually lost 3-1 to Erik ten Hag's men. The Gunners boasted a flawless record going into yesterday's game, and clearly, the Arsenal faithful have shown their appreciation for their team's efforts. Speaking to Arsenal's website, Odegaard praised the Arsenal fans for their positivity after their loss yesterday. They have been brilliant this season. I've said many times, he said, we are really grateful for the supporters again here at Old Trafford. The support was amazing again. So we have to say thank you, and hopefully next time we'll give them the 3 points. The Arsenal faithful have clearly got plenty to be positive about despite the loss yesterday. Arteta's men still sit top of the Premier League table and are in a far better position than they were at this point last season. The Gunners boss can also be happy with the performance from his young Arsenal side. They did look like they could go on to win the game after Bukayo Saka cancelled out Antony's opener. Arteta's side were eventually undone by a clinical counter-attacking by United, but were dominant for large periods of the game. Arsenal have now picked up 15 points out of a possible 18, which is their best start to a Premier League season in recent history. The Gunners will now have to regroup and prepare for a busy week ahead. Arteta's men kick off their Europa League campaign on Thursday, then welcome Everton to the Emirates on Sunday. Pundit accuses Arteta of blowing the Man United game as Arsenal players put in their best performance of the season. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has been criticized for overthinking things by making so many substitutions during his side's 3-1 defeat away to Manchester United yesterday. The Gunners were slightly unlucky to lose their unbeaten run at the start of this season, with Gabriel Martinelli seeing an early goal very harshly choked off by VAR, while Arteta's side generally looked the more likely to win, particularly at the start of the second half. Still, things fell apart for Arsenal quickly after Bukayo Saka scored their equalizer, and the Crooks believes Arteta showed a lack of patience at that key stage in the game. The Spanish tactician made a lot of substitutions in a quick succession, and Cruz wrote in his BBC Sport column that he feels this may have cost Arsenal a game that was there for them to be won. Discussing where it went wrong for Arsenal against Man United, Crooks said, for 60 minutes, Arsenal played the best football I've seen them play this season. Perhaps with a little more patience from their manager, the Gunners might have come away with something. Having 5 substitutes doesn't mean you have to use all of them. Arsenal can certainly take plenty of encouragement from how they played at Old Trafford. though it could also be a concern for their fans that Arteta failed to keep his cool and manage the game when he needed to. Mikel Arteta says Arsenal must learn from Sunday's loss to Manchester United. We have to learn from that, he said. We lack the discipline that is necessary in certain areas of the pitch against these world-class players to prevent certain spaces because overall, when you look at the performance and the way we played, obviously the result should have been very, very different. The personality of the team showed, the way we dominated the game, the way we imposed ourselves in the way we wanted to play, that has to be backed up with a result. That's the disappointment today. He added, I thought the game was more for the taking at halftime. That's what I said to the boys. If we do what we have to do, we are going to win the game. We started to do it and we were dominant. We scored one goal and we created a chance after a chance, but in the best moment of the game, we conceded a goal. That is our own mistake. Arsenal star suffers injury during warm-down following game against Manchester United. Arsenal midfielder Emile Smith-Rowe suffered an injury during a warm-down following their loss to Manchester United. Smith-Rowe has struggled to find a regular place in the Arsenal team this season, partly due to the excellent form of their front three behind Gabriel Jesus. Understandably, Mikel Arteta is reluctant to change his side after winning his first 5 games, and Smith-Rowe has had to try and prove himself in substitute appearances. Now, David Ornstein has reported that Smith-Rowe suffered an injury against Manchester United, not during the game, but in the warm-down afterwards. The injury may have prevented Smith-Rowe to start against the Red Devils, as Odegaard was in doubt for starting. Anyway, Smith-Rowe played as a substitute. Arsenal have suffered from injuries so far this season, with Mohamed El-Neni and Thomas Partey currently injured, and Alexander Zinchenko missed their game against Aston Villa. Arteta will be desperate to keep the rest of his side fit for the upcoming games due to the lack of depth he has in his current squad. Saka opens up what he wants to achieve with Arsenal. Bukayo Saka has admitted that he wants to start winning trophies with Arsenal. The Englishman has developed into one of the finest players in the Gunners squad as they work hard to achieve success this term. He has been one of the first names on the team sheet in the last few seasons and has watched his Arsenal team develop into one of the best sides in England. The Gunners are currently at the top of the Premier League table after a fine start to the season. Saka knows they are a much better team now and expect winning trophies to come with that improvement. That's my goal, he said, as quoted by the Daily Mail. The next step for us is to try to bring the club some trophies. Saka has the right attitude towards everything, and that is why he has been very successful in his short professional career. He now has quality teammates around him at Arsenal, and that should speed up winning trophies. Hopefully, by the end of this campaign, we will add a new one to our cabinet. But he doesn't have to put himself under too much pressure to deliver now that he has help from other quality players. Gerrard had to hold deep conversation with Douglas Luiz after Arsenal didn't sign him. Although the transfer window closed last Thursday, the repercussions can last a lot longer than that. A report in The Athletic suggests that one Premier League manager had to have a deep conversation once the window shut. Managers have to balance the needs of the club with the wants of their players. One such example on deadline day was that of Douglas Luiz. The Brazilian midfielder was identified as a late target by Arsenal to boost their midfield options. Douglas Luiz's camp was pushing for a move to the Emirates to happen. Arsenal made several bids for the 24-year-old, but Villa rejected each of them. The Athletic suggests that a move to Arsenal seriously appealed to Luiz, but he remains a Villa player now until at least January. It's been a tough start to the season for Gerard on several fronts. His side have only picked up 4 points from their first 6 matches. He's also lost new signing Diego Carlos to a horrific knee injury. Gerard needed to have a deep conversation with Luiz to reset the midfielder's mind after the move broke down. It appeared to work, as Gerard threw Luiz into the starting lineup against Manchester City. He helped the Villains secure a vital 1-1 draw against the Premier League champions. The former Rangers manager will be hoping that Luiz can stay motivated to help Villa move up the table. Gerard will be hoping he doesn't have to have another deep conversation with Luiz when the next transfer window rolls around. Arsenal have identified several central midfield targets, including Yuri Tielemans, in the last few weeks. It will be interesting to see if Arsenal make another move for Luiz halfway through the season. Premier League to review VAR after multiple weekend errors. Premier League to review VAR after multiple weekend errors. The Professional Game Match Officials Limited will cooperate with a Premier League review of their usage of VAR following controversial decisions over the weekend. On Saturday, many football supporters were up in arms over a couple of bizarre VAR decisions, as Newcastle United and West Ham United were denied seemingly legitimate goals against Crystal Palace and Chelsea respectively. Neither decision seemed to meet the criteria for an overturn, given they weren't clear and obvious errors, yet both were disallowed despite the on-field referee's original decisions. Referees body PGMOL has accepted those overturns were wrong and plan to cooperate with a Premier League review of the incidents, according to the BBC. The following day, Arsenal were denied an excellent goal at Old Trafford because Martin Odegaard was adjudged to have fouled Christian Eriksen earlier in the move. The referee had seen the incident and given the goal before VAR intervened. It was another debatable decision that certainly didn't seem to meet the clear and obvious error threshold, yet it was overturned and Manchester United went on to win the match. Arsenal were denied a penalty when Tyrone Mings picked Bukayo Saka up and threw him up to the ground. Once again, the VAR didn't intervene, nor did they do anything about Aaron Ramsdale being held for Aston Villa's corner goal. Yet, when Odegaard made less contact in an incident much further from goal, the referee was recommended to review the footage 10 or more times on the pitch side monitor. It's no wonder he decided to overturn it. If the VAR directive is to stick with the on-field decision, unless it's a blatant mistake, you can understand that. A review of the VAR process is entirely necessary, and you hope it will help lead to some kind of consistency in the future. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.